Today we will cover a model of a loop, let's say that creates the way how the society, people and the world is going, is created, is operating into. We will cover why it's important. We will cover why, in my opinion, and not only, Western Europe is in worse place than Eastern Europe, and also why is it important. Also, there will come some short lesson about how different happenings in life may be seen from different perspectives, and why is it important not to be narrow-minded and think only about one possible outcome. So let's get straight into it. There is a very popular saying, and also the way how our world works. Good times create weak men. Weak men create bad times. Bad times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Where do you think we are right now? We are at the beginning of the bad times. Because we definitely can see that there are a lot of weak men. There is a group of men that is literally saying that life's too short to exercise. Or a group of men and people that say that, I don't know, going on a diet and losing some weight is fatphobic. And as fatphobia is rooted in racism, you should be cancelled for trying to lose some weight because you are not confident with your body. You definitely know about them. And I don't know how do you feel about them, but I almost feel disgusted when I see them. And they definitely will bring bad times to us. So, avoiding this fate is a way to secure our future, because we may be in some extent able to avoid these bad times. How? I can tell, and I think I can tell that Europe is like separated into two different parts of societies. Because when you look at Western Europe, when do you think their good times started? Last good times. They started right after the war, the Second World War. So somewhere 1950s would be it. So when you count, it's like 70, 75 years up until now. And when you look at the East Europe, after the war, we didn't have good times because of the Eastern Bloc having place. And the only good times that came were like the 1990s, 1990, 1995, somewhere around this time. So when you count it, it's like 30, 35, maybe 40 years of good times. You see how when you go with that cycle, that good times create weak men and weak men create bad times, you can see a cycle that these good times after the war in Western societies are now resulting in bad times appearing, because we are at the beginning of the bad times. You see them online, you see them somewhere around internet. There's a lot of them. But I don't see as much of them at the east, in the east part of Europe. And I definitely think that one of the reasons is that we appear to have good times actually like 40 years later. So, when West will get to their bad times, we will be like a generation earlier. And we will see the bad outcomes of what they did. And if we see it, we can learn from it, and our part of Europe can somehow can somehow protect its people from going into the same direction, because when you see that someone is going down and down and down, why you should follow the same route. And why is it important? You will start a family. I don't know what age you are, but if you're watching it, you're probably not that old. So in a couple of years, you will be starting thinking about starting a family. And when you start a family, you have to find a good place where you will be both safe and able to develop. Do you think West will be the best place where you can raise your children? I see that this east part of Europe might really be a better option because of the times that will not get that bad. Because we won't avoid bad times. That's what has to happen somewhere in the mean of time. But we will be able to learn and to postpone or maybe even eradicate some of the bad outcomes that comes with it. Resist that Western society walk people that will tell you that working out is bad for any reason, because you probably know, probably believe that what they say is an absolute crap. So think for yourself, take care of yourself, and think about your future family. Try to find the best place to raise them. See you soon, guys.